So we're gonna have a social topic discussion to write in the show tonight, and what we're gonna have a discussion about, we're gonna talk about is what just happened, and I think it impacted all of us. You know, George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis. Murdered, killed. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, my bad.
When you talk about words. But the impact of it is being felt across the board. There's not, I haven't seen Twitter in a minute. I haven't seen any sports figures come out and say anything just yet. But
LeBron made a post.
Oh, he did? Okay. All right. If Leaf, if you can find that, share it with us, please, because like I said,
Reggie Miller did too also.
Reggie Miller too. Okay, yeah, I would love to hear him.
Well, LeBron just put up a picture of the officer with his knee on his neck, kneeling, and then he got a picture of Kaepernick.
Wow. Okay.
And this is why we do it. And if y'all still don't see it, then y'all blind.
Okay. So what's your take on what we just witnessed in the video? What's your take, man?
I'm gonna let y'all go, man.
Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day, man. The dude, y'all, man, I watched it because when y'all first posted, I didn't want to watch it. I was on social media, it popped up. I watched it, and to me, that looked like so intentional. It looked like he kept trying to put pressure. The other cops around is just standing there, and I'm glad that every officer on that scene has already been fired. I believe it was the mayor or the governor came out and was like, "Yo, we are not going to tolerate this. Yeah, the mayor, we are not going to tolerate this from anyone." So I guess that's why they get fired so quickly. I didn't expect that administrative leave and a whole process, but it was hard to watch, man. You hear the man, I didn't see that part, but from what I read, he was saying like, "Look, I can't breathe." I seen the lady who ran across the street in the video and the clip that I watched. She was saying, "Yo, listen, let me at least check his post. Like, get off of him and let me check his post." It was just last week the other video surfaced. You know what I mean? We got the video of the lady in the park today, crying wolf and shit. Or yesterday, crying wolf. So, like we said last time we had this topic, it's hard to be a black man. Like you can't go into the bank. You can't walk your dog and tell somebody you'll keep your dog on a leash. It's like, we're always under attack. Nothing has changed. As much as people want to say things have changed, nothing has really changed. Different day, same shit.
All right, Avery.
Listen, man. It's quite apparent. It's quite clear. Policing of black males it has a completely different approach to any other race or nationality in the United States. That's what it is. All right. To my understanding, they bagged him for forged documents or some type of forgery he had. He was under the influence. He was in a halal spot. And they say he resisted arrest. Many people resist arrest. You got people that curse cops out all day. And just the fact of when you look at that, the cop that was actually standing there in front of the guy that had his knee on him, you could tell like there was some fear in him. Like I feel like this dude knew like something is going to happen. I have no clue what to do. And he's ill-informed. He's not trained well. And a cop that has his knee on his neck, what just is mind-boggling is how do you have a guy in handcuffs on the ground that's drunk, but you need to have your knee on his neck and not even thinking about it. Like, this is not even a human being that you're on top of. That's what really gets me riled up about it. That's what really gets us crazy. And I always go back, I had this conversation with people all the time. That's why, and they wonder why we always mad. They wonder why we always aggravated. I'm always aggravated because I don't get the same treatment. I'm always aggravated because when I go outside, these are the things I got to worry about. The first thing I'm worried about is, is a cop going to pull me out my car because maybe I was speeding on a blue stop sign and put his knee on my neck next? You know what I'm saying? And what recourse? And just in finality, I'll just say, man, think about how many times this has happened without a camera. Just think about how many times this has occurred without a camera and how many times the cops have gotten away with it. But I will say I do applaud the mayor of Minnesota. They jumped on that quick. They was like, we're not going to have none of that. These dudes is fired. So hopefully we get some justice for the young man.
Banks, you want to go or you want to let me go?
I'll go. What stands out to me is basic human decency, man. Basic human decency, right? somebody that has their knee on their neck. Like, listen, there's training, and then there's having common sense in your head, right? You're watching somebody with a knee on his back. As a fellow officer, you could say, hey, man, ease up a little bit. He's subdued. Let's get him in the car. Let's control the situation. You don't care about this person. This person is less than a human being to you. And if you look closely, look at the video, the dude has his hand in his pocket while he has his knee on his neck. Almost like he doesn't have a care in the world. This is less than an animal to me. I wouldn't treat my dog like that. I wouldn't hold my dog down for that long. And these people don't care. They don't care. And it's just, y'all get on me when I say I'm numb to this, but I am. And as numb as I am to this, I almost cried watching that video, man. I watched a man be murdered today. And this is what life is in America. And I want to correct y'all on something that y'all said earlier. It's called being a black man in this country. It's called being black in this country. Because they don't treat our women any different. They don't treat our children any different. You know? And
Real shit.
And if you look at it, I'm sorry, I'm not excited about firing. I'm not excited about anybody getting arrested until there's a conviction. Because again, I know cops. I know people that are very close to me that are officers and everything, and they have a hard job, and I feel for them too. But what black people have a problem with is the lack of accountability. Y'all do something wrong and y'all just get away with it. Y'all won't do nothing. There's a 12-year-old kid who's no longer on this planet, whose mother in her city, the man that murdered her child, is on the police force. That's not crazy to you as being black, being white. It shouldn't even matter. That's just wild. And when I think about this, it's scary, man. It's scary. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. That's all I can really think of when I think of it. And like Lee said with this video with this lady calling the cops, something like that could have led to something like this. And that lady, she did it so cavalier, like, yo, I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening me. Cops here, white woman, African-American man threatening her in the park. They coming in with guns blazing, no questions asked. It's just, I don't know what else to say, man.
It's
just hard.
I'm like with Banks, man. Like it's hard to watch these stuff. I do kind of feel like desensitized, like when I see it. And the reason why I don't click on it because I don't want to get angry. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna let this shit mess up my day. You know what I mean? But then at some point, you're like, yo, you just gotta watch it. You just gotta see what's going on. And it's just tough. It's tough to explain to your kids. Like, you know what I mean? I came home and me and my wife had a conversation about. My wife is the one who told me about the man and everything that the man said. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know. I didn't want to hear no more. Like, I watched the video and I didn't want to even hear no more about it. But it's just a crazy situation, man. Like Banks said, it's just hard being black, man.
Yo, let me say, I had a discussion over this, and it was brought to me like this. Imagine somebody leaning on your neck for 7 minutes. If we just took a moment and put a stopwatch and just waited for 7 minutes to go by. Think about being underwater for 7 minutes, man. And like Banks said, yo, there was no humanity in this dude, not even his partners. Not even the other officers around. You had people screaming, get off of him. Yo, trying to tell them, pleading with them. And that officer sat there cavalier as hell, didn't care. I think Banks said it. Yo, this was less than a dog to him, man. And when we got to deal with that, and I think, Avery, I agree with you, man. Yo, we walk out our doors with a whole different mindset than anybody else, and people can't walk in our shoes. People always question, yo, why do y'all burn up? Why? Because you don't have to walk in our shoes, the fear of what we got to deal with. And then, and to bring it full circle, knowing that we ain't gonna get no justice. That's the other part of it. Yo, my son and I talked, and that my son said, yo, Dad, if I was there, I would have charged the officer to try and push him off that man. And
Mark,
Mark,
I want to say something about that too, bro.
Listen, but this is what we talked about, and I told us, and then if you do, they kill you. So
that's it.
So
that's the problem.
That's where the problem lies at. It's like,
you would be charged. They would kill you before you did that. You would be charged with obstructing justice. You'll be charged with assault on a police officer.
Justifiable
killing. And you know what you did? You probably saved the black man's life, but they wouldn't care because you would interfere with a police investigation. And you know what's crazy too? Is remember before cameras, nobody believed us.
Nope.
Nobody believed it. It was like, yo, cops are beating us up all the time. And they're like, y'all crazy. The cops don't do this to people.
Oh,
the cops are good people.
Yo,
yeah.
listen,
and then we got, no, hold on. We got the cameras and we was like, okay, now y'all see.
Now what?
Y'all are gonna see. And we still can't get justice. It's on camera, black and white, color, in your face, with the images, with sound, and y'all still like, yeah, but you kind of.
That's what I was alluding to earlier, Banks. Like, you think about the more sad thing is that you think about all these other towns. You know, even every one of us on here has had an incident with a cop. Yo, that drink out. Has it been? You know what I'm saying? Who got that over here? I cop cussed me out before. And what do I have to do? I have to sit there and just so I can get home to my family, I gotta be quote unquote obedient to some degree, right?
And you're the one without the training. You're the one without the training.
Yo,
they're trained to deal with the public.
But Avery, with you saying that, and this is a part of the problem that I have, because you get told by other officers, you get told by people in certain places that we're supposed to be subservient to these officers. We're supposed to bow down to them. Don't upset them. Don't do this and don't do that. When somebody don't look at you as human, I don't care what you do. There's nothing. Yeah. This dude, because as they said, he resisted, then this dude took it to the next level and basically strangled him to make sure to show that you cannot challenge my authority. I'm a white man with a gun and a badge. How dare you challenge my authority? That is sickening, man. And that's another layer to this, that whenever you confront a cop when he's wrong, and even if you got every right, you can have the law behind you, they get upset because who is you, a black person, is going to challenge me?
The scientists too. Think about it. We all been in the city, lived in the city, whatever the case may be. And what do you read on the side of a cop car? CPR, courtesy, professionalism, and respect. Anything but it. Anything but it. You know what I'm saying? Anything but it, man.
And yo, I will not paint a picture as all cops is like this, but it's too many of them. That's what it comes down to at this point.
Nah, the problem is the good ones don't speak up.
And thank you, Banks. I was just about to say that you just as guilty. That cop who just stood there, just stood there and watched that.
Needs to get fired.
No, you don't need to be fired. You need to be charged with murder too.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you because they allowed it there that happened. They didn't do anything to stop it. But before we end this segment, let me say this, black man. We can't become desensitized to this, man. We just can't take it and just turn away from it, man. Because the difference is this. The anger that I feel right now is as if it happened to one of yours. You follow me? Yo, we might not know that, man, but at the end of the day, any given time, you've seen it. It could have been one of ours. And that's the hurtful part about it. We can't turn it off as if, yo, you know, I'm tired. No, we can't. It's sadly, you're going to keep seeing it. It's going to keep happening. But we cannot sit by and just say, yo, there it is again, and that's it. Yo, I'm angry, man, because this shit can't keep going on. Yo, and at some point, retribution is going to come. I'm telling y'all. I keep saying it. People don't realize it. Then we're going to be wrong for bringing retribution. But at some point, we can't keep turning the other cheek. I don't give a damn. Yo, it has to be a life for life at some point. It's going to come to that because this is too much, man. We've seen it every single time. And yo, and I'm not desensitized. So I'm just more and more pissed off that when the day retribution comes, I'm going to sit and smile. I'm not feeling sorry. Yo.
Chickens come home to roost.
And that's what it's going to be.
Chickens come home to roost.
That's what it's going to be, man. Yo, it's coming to that. Because at some point, yo, if we ain't getting justice, then guess what? We got to get retribution. It's one or the other. It has to come down that road. And yo, and people might not agree with me, but at the end of the day, you don't walk in our shoes. You walk in our shoes and realize the pain that we gotta suffer. Come on, that could have been any one of ours, man. And that same thing happened right in Staten Island. We watched Eric Garner get choked out. We watched that man die on video. So come on, man.
And the dude get off with no problem. Even though he had it on video,
you might get pulled over. You passing through Staten Island, you might get pulled over by that dude.
Yo, man, listen. So please, gentlemen, do not get desensitized. I know it's hard. I know it's tough, man. Yo, it's tough for little kids to see that. It's tough for, yo, teenagers to see. It's tough to watch that, period. But at the end of the day, if we just are quiet and we ain't angry about it, then that means, yo, we're now accepting it, and we can't accept it.
Mark, I got what you're saying, but I don't think any of us are saying we're not angry.
No,
but
I got you.
The shit is so heartbreaking. It's like,
yo, it is.
I'm with Leaf. I can't. Yo, post-traumatic stress disorder, that it's a real thing. These things affect you on a visceral level down to your DNA. The shit gets in your soul seeing shit like this.
Yeah. And yo, and being black in this society brings that right there, man. Because we are traumatized by what we see. And yo, we see it on a daily basis, man. And at least there's supposed to be an arm which calls justice. And we look towards that. And if we don't get justice once again, man, come on, man. Come on, man. We can't keep waiting on the system, y'all. I'm just putting it out there.
Listen, one day we'll recognize the power we truly got, man. One day.
Mark, you was just saying retribution. I'm looking at a video. They are wilding on the police in Minneapolis right now.
Get out of here. See? Yo, listen, man.
They're in front of his crib, too. They're in front of homie's crib.
Listen, I'm sitting here telling y'all, and every listener, every viewer, I'm telling y'all got to realize at a point, man, yo, we ain't getting justice. Retribution is down the next road. Y'all got to start understanding. Don't look at us twisted, because I'm telling you, y'all accepting what's going on. Yo, the cops cannot continue to kill minorities and nothing comes of it. There's going to be retribution next if it ain't justice. So you get us justice, it'll be a different story. But you don't give us justice, we gonna get blood. Yo, y'all, this is our take, man.
Keep poking at a hive and wind up getting the bee sting.
Yo, Banks, we had the exact same look, bro.
Yeah, right?
Yo.